Hi everyone. I wanted to do a follow-up video on the heels of the one that I put out just as we were going into lockdown and we were starting to work from our bubbles. Then I talked about little secrets that I had learned about presenting on camera from when I was in the news. And obviously we're all now working on camera if we are interfacing with a computer or mobile phone or something like that. And in that video, I talked about the importance of looking at the camera instead of down here where the people are. However, I also really in the aftermath of that thought it would be really good to talk about what you need to do when you're not on camera too. So that's what this video is about. Because when you're not on camera and you're not presenting, then you need to actually look at the people and start to read the energy of the room. It's really hard to read a room when you're in just your own room, but it's more than ever important for us to be reading people's energy and finding out where they are in their headspace. And it's a challenging time. We are dealing with a lot of fear out there, and we're trying to work with each other in ways that's not normal. We are social creatures. We read each other's nonverbal body language, and we can't do that in these situations. So there are a couple of secrets I wanted to share today. One is make sure that you over communicate, and there are a couple of ways to do that. Now, my husband works with a distributed workforce and has for a few years. And so what he does is he gets his team to go on a Slack channel and sort of do a brain dump, as it were. Just talk about the ideas that are their burning issues and have a say, get their voice heard on the Slack channel. And then together, when they come together, they'll pick up on one or two or three themes that impact everybody. But everybody's read it, so people do feel heard. So there you go, over communication in that sort of scenario. And then when you get onto the team meeting, be it on Zoom or Microsoft Team or Google Hangout or whatever, you're actually getting straight to the point of what you want to talk about. The over communication there, though, needs to continue in this way. If you're in an office setting and you see somebody, you might just say, "Good job on that project, by the way." Now, when we get into this setting, when we're just working on our own and we're focused in these team meetings on whatever the agenda says, a lot of those offhand comments and compliments and recognition get lost. And so we need to actually find ways to bring that back into the communication, because more than ever, people need a pat on the back, even though you can't physically pat them on the back. Another thing to keep in mind is that we have a keyboard. This is our keyboard, but the keyboard is not just for text. We can put emojis into our communications, into emails, into chat channels, etc. And they're there for a reason, because we cannot communicate in words alone. And even when we're in this setting, when we're talking to the camera, there can be misinterpretations. So we have those little chat channels down the side of the team talks. And in that chat channel, you can comment. And in those comments, why not use an emoji if you feel that you're not getting across, you're not getting your tone, your meaning across in the way that you want. I say that with the caution because my 22-year-old told me that when I sent a winky face to him, that could be misinterpreted. So make sure that you know what the connotations are around the emojis before you use them, but use them judiciously to help add to the emotional connection you're trying to create so that you can make the energy that you have felt by others, and you can help read one another's energy by using the emojis to help communicate that. Okay, I think I've done that one to death. The other thing that we've done to death is, Zoom Zapped is what I call it. And again, it could be on many different platforms. But when we are using these platforms, it takes a lot more energy than being just in a work setting in an office, because we're actually on stage. I've got a light on me. I'm sitting by myself. I'm talking to a camera, and it takes another kind of energy. And so a lot of us are feeling pretty exhausted by the end of the day because we've been performing. So if you don't have to do it this way, pick up a phone and call someone. There's nothing wrong with that. Phones have that function as well. So there are different ways to communicate, not just on camera. And even if you do schedule a session with someone, maybe you just say to them, "Hey, can we just flick the camera off?" You can say something like, "My light died and you won't be able to see me anyway." But it will help you conserve energy when you need it for thinking. Your brain needs it to get the job at hand finished. So those are my thoughts as a follow-up, because we still have a little ways to go before we're popping our bubbles and getting back to normal and working with or alongside each other in the workplace. Hopefully those help, and I'd love to hear your ideas too, so post them below. Thanks.